We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives, and when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
WVU Medicine is pleased to have physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology all in one place at the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, located in a custom-designed suite on the third floor of the WVU Medicine Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. We look forward to welcoming patients at this larger location in Spring Mills. For more information about the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, call 304-596-5038.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball! It's time for the excitement of American Legion Baseball, featuring the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets.
Myers with the pitch swung on and missed. Jason Myers gets the last out, and the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the state champions of American Legion Baseball in West Virginia.
Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening and welcome out to Kaiser High School for tonight's American Legion Baseball action between Berkeley Post 14 and the Post 60 Knights here at the Area 4 tournament. Winner of this game is in the driver's seat for the tournament, Dylan, as it will be in position to have 2 games to win 1. The loser heads to the elimination game later on tonight. So Post 14, they're the 1 seed. They had the first round bye. Post 60 got the best of Post 64 last night, 10-7, to advance to this point in the winner's bracket. So a huge game, Dylan, and it should be a lot of fun. We know these two teams have played 2 very close games in their first 2 outings.
Yeah, obviously Post 14 being the 1 seed has gotten themselves a pretty solid advantage, not having to play yesterday, so really only 2 games, or 2 days of games for them, and if they win the first one that they play, then they just automatically move on to tomorrow, and they don't have to worry about a second game today, when they're starting off with all of their pitching available, which I think might end up being the story for Post 60. They used a good bit of pitching yesterday. And, not all of the pitchers they used are technically unavailable today. I would assume Everhart is. We have to check with on the pitch count of Brian French. I think Landon Pence and Ian Wolf they would be able to use today if they wanted to. It sounds like Jacob Cumley, we won't be seeing him anymore the tournament. I think he's just going to be shut down and try to get him healthy for Spring Mills next spring, which is disappointing for him. But all in all, I think Post 60 is going to have to see if they can get through 2 games today. Well, I say 2 games today when it might not be 2 games. If they win, then this is their only game today. So this game against Post 14 becomes very important for them to try to save their pitching.
Yeah. And like we said, Post 14 is already, or we didn't say it yet today, but Post 14 is already in the state tournament due to the fact that they are the host of the tournament, so they automatically qualify, meaning that tonight could determine who ends up joining them. If Post 14 were to win this game against Post 60, this next game is essentially for that spot because Post 14 is going to take one of the 2 spots anyway. So it's a lot on the line tonight. And like you said, even though Post 60 did lose both of those games in the regular season, this is a team that could certainly come in here tonight, win tonight, and get the best of the winner of the game later on tonight. So should be some fun baseball. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg has over 100 new vehicles in stock and on the way. We've got a great selection of your favorite models, like the new 2024 Tacoma. Towing your boat or camper? Check out a new 2024 Tundra and get up to $5,500 off MSRP. Need better gas mileage? Check out the iForce Max Tundra and save up to $7,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's where owners just care more.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here to American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. The pregame show is brought to you by the Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. We'll now hear from both teams' head coaches as manager Trip Tobin of the Post 14 Hornets, as his team takes on the Post 69s, managed by Coach Everhart. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons, will start with manager Tobin. Here with the manager of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin. Trip, first game for your team in the area tournament, taking on Post 60. Just, I guess, your thoughts on the regular season and what's it going to take to come away with the area championship this year?
Yeah, I'll say it a couple of times already this year. I think hosting the state tournament is kind of a double-edged sword. Of course, you get a bid in there, but it also kind of, it doesn't give you a tremendous amount to work for when you know you're in there. You kind of go through the motions sometimes. I think there's been times of year where we were just going through the motions. There's been times of year where we weren't fully staffed for different reasons, and so I believe that come state tournament time, this team's going to be ready to play. As of today, they know it's tournament time and they need to turn it up a notch. So hopefully they can do that, and I think they've shown where when they have to play, they can get it done. But hope they don't wait till the last inning to do it, and just hope to get after it early and understand what's on the line.
Do you sense any sort of maybe a change in the intensity with this being tournament time?
The practice yesterday was a little more intense. I mean, we took a lot of extra time in the cage and worked on some things, and guys showing up for practice and things like that. So that's certainly more intense. But this group's pretty laid back. I mean, they're kind of hard to read. They don't get real shook up. I mean, I think that's a good thing. But you just don't want to get too far behind. But even they were behind up here, 9-2, and had the tying runs on base. I mean, we were down 6-0 and come back and win a game. So they have the ability to fight through adversity. Just don't like getting yourself in that hole.
Post 60, your opponent today, I believe Ian Wolf's going to be their starter. Just your thoughts on their team and what the matchup gives you. I mean, both games have been close this season.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the hottest teams here in the Legion as far as I'm concerned. They got some, coming in, they talked about having a few losses, but they were quality losses to Morgantown and, Morgantown Blue Sox, and then a real tight game with us. I mean, so, I think they're one of the hottest teams in the Legion right now in the state, and they're real hungry to get to the state tournament, playing with passion, and hopefully we can match it. And, so I look for a really, really good game, a great pitching matchup, and I think we're going to, see another great game just like we see in the EPAC all year long.
And if you win this one, it helps a lot because it avoids the losers bracket. It allows you to kind of limit your starting pitching. But how do you feel you're lined up in terms of pitching and everything heading into this tournament?
Well, this team's pretty deep in pitching. I mean, but we try to keep everybody healthy. We do have a few arm issues here and there that we're trying to protect, and so we have to watch that. But there's a lot of guys on this team that can throw that we haven't thrown, and we've got plenty of starters here. So we're going to get after this game, and we're going to make decisions based on this game, and then we'll move to the next one and on to the next one. But the depth of pitching on this team is pretty deep.
Any other thoughts, Trip?
No, I'm just happy it's not raining, and I'm just just going to be a real fun night, and glad you guys are here, and the people at home are going to get to see a good show.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Here's Coach Everhart of the Post-69s. Coach, you got the win last night, an exciting game, held on to get that victory, never trailed, but just your thoughts on the win and how your team's been playing.
Well, we're starting to hit the ball, not leave runners on base like we did for, 3 weeks in a row. So, it's just like Major League Baseball. Whoever gets hot at the end of the season, that's usually who ends up in tournament play. And we're getting hot at the right time. The bats are going. Pitching's keeping us in games. Might have to work on defense a little bit. This field's pretty rough, though, so I really can't blame some of these bad hops on the guys, though.
Had a pair of home runs yesterday as well, and Ian Wolf continues to play a big role for your team. Even if you move him down the lineup, he just seems to always step up in some big games. What can you say about Ian and just his performance yesterday?
He went through a little bit of slump there, like some of our guys did, but he's definitely stepped it up. He likes the 9-hole. He likes to be that second leadoff. You know what I'm saying? So he's seeing the ball well right now, pitching well. So he's one of our good 2 guys.
Here in this game against Post 14, it's a big one. You win, you put yourself in position to win the championship and advance to the state tournament. A loss would still have an opportunity, but it would be a little bit tougher heading into the losers bracket and having another game here tonight. So what's kind of the mindset of the team heading into this one against Post 14?
Well, it's definitely, win. I mean, we haven't beaten them yet, so that's always a goal when you play your rival. And that's kind of like the bar to set. If we can beat Post 14, then we feel we have a legitimate shot to go to states and belong. Really, that's been our motto. We belong. So, that's what we're shooting for. We really want to beat them tonight.
What are some things that you think will be important to get the win tonight?
Got to hit the ball, and the main thing is we got to shut down their hitters. They got real good hitters. That's a quality lineup from start to finish. You got Cam Moore up there at the top. A lot of tough outs. So pitching's got to really be on, and then defense behind them.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you to both teams' head coaches. Let's go ahead and take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have first pitch. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to Gold Nation Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you guys the hibachi station. It's phenomenal. Check this out. What's incredible about the hibachi station? You can use this screen system, choose everything from your meats to your sides to pho, ramen, and so much more right here. And they'll build it for you right on down here at the station. And boom, there you go. All those requested ingredients fresh on the plate and ready to go. Come on down here, Golden Nation Buffet, for their incredible hibachi station. We'll see you soon.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
We'd welcome you back here to Kaiser, West Virginia, as we begin this game here momentarily between Post 14 and Post 60. As we'll give you the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 on our line at tripsfloorsanding.com. We'll start with the visitors, Post 60. Leading off and playing center field is Kason Plogger. Batting second, the shortstop, Landon Pence. Batting third, the third baseman, Peyton Girardin. Batting fourth, the catcher, Trenton Canerium. Batting fifth is going to be French, the first baseman. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Mason Everhart. Batting seventh, Mason Carter, who's on the mound for Post 60. Batting eighth is the second baseman, Williams. And batting ninth is Ian Wolf, the left fielder. For Post 14, it's Cam Moore leading off and playing second base. Landon Sifford will bat second and do the catching. Batting third is the pitcher Carson Buber. Batting fourth is the shortstop J.J. Pavanelli. Batting fifth, the third baseman Braden Oviedo. Batting sixth, the left fielder Cole Lewis. Batting seventh, Christian Alter in right field. Jet Gross at first base. And then rounding out the lineup, the center fielder Jordan Camby. Our starting battery for Post 14 is Carson Buber, and throwing to Landon Sifford behind the plate. As we said, Mason Carter on the mound for Post 60, and Canerium doing the catching for Post 60. Our starting battery is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. So get ready for first pitch, which is brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. So, Plogger will dig in against Buber. And the first pitch is a ball.
I think Carson Buber's a good choice for Coach Tobin to go with. Probably their most reliable pitcher. Get them right immediately to the championship game of this tournament in one game.
2-0 count here to Plogger, and the next pitch from Buber is inside for ball 3. So he comes out a little bit wild. Post 14 in the red, white, and blue uniforms or jerseys. As here's a pitch that hits the zone on 3-0 for strike 1. The gray pants, blue cap, red bill, and the white logo. As the next pitch is popped up, Buber lines it up and makes the catch for the first out. Post 60 in their light blue uniforms, kind of similar to the Hedgesville colors and the yellow or gold across the chest, and then the darker blue numbers. Gray pants for them as well.
It gives you the kind of an old school Milwaukee Brewers type vibe.
So, post 60 comes to the plate now with one out here in the inning, and the next pitch from Carson Buber is a called strike. The 0-1 from Buber is hit toward the shortstop Pavanelli, who makes the catch on the line for the second out. So JJ down there at short making a good play. And there's two away here quickly.
A pretty nicely hit ball, but just sometimes you get good contact, but just hit it right in the wrong place.
Now bring Peyton Girardin to the plate. Girardin playing third base and batting third in the lineup for post 60. And the pitch here from Buber is in there for a called strike.
He's working pretty quickly through the top of this order.
Yeah, struggled with that first batter a little bit in Plugger, but ended up getting him out. And as here, this pitch misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Buber steps back on the rubber. And delivers the next pitch. And this one's hit on the ground. Going to be a tough play for Cam Moore, and it's past his diving glove and into right field for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Peyton Girardin, and Canerium will come to the plate.
It was a good effort by Moore. It was just a little bit out of his reach. We also don't see a ton of Moore at second base. It's usually catching or in right field.
Yeah, it seems like he's had to play a little bit more of that spot this year, especially when Buber's been pitching. As it does feel like this team's kind of lacking a little bit of infield depth. And Moore stepped up, and he's really been kind of a utility guy for them. As the pitch here from Carson Buber is a called strike. But yeah, you're right, Dylan. Traditionally, in high school especially, usually was behind the plate or in right field. And even in the college level as well, but I think his versatility certainly helps you out. As the next pitch from Buber is low and outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You don't quite have that Baden Hartman, Braden Stottlemyre, those other extra middle infielders that they had last year.
Next pitch here from Carson Buber is outside for a ball. Our top of the first is brought to you by the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, proudly serving our area since 1880. And the next pitch from Buber is lined out toward left field. Charging in is Lewis, and he sticks the glove out there and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So post 60 does strand a runner, but overall a good first inning for Carson Buber on the mound. As we'll head to the bottom of the first. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
We welcome you back here to Kaiser. No score between post 14 and post 60 as we head to the bottom of the first inning, which is brought to you by the Browns. Brought to you by the Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. It's still hot, but not as hot as yesterday. As temperatures kind of in the upper 80s throughout the day and dropping as the night goes on. Our weather is brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. 89 here at first pitch, or right first inning, I guess I should say. Partly cloudy here in Kaiser. The rain that was projected for today appears to be holding off, so that's good news. Sorry, I think I just stabbed you with the pen.
Oh, it's just a little poke there. It's definitely cooled off from yesterday a little bit. I think the rain helped that out a bit. I think it's supposed to be about the same tomorrow, maybe a little cooler, which will be nice. Don't forget to give credit to our cameraman out there, not in the shade or inside any building.
I'm not used to having a cameraman these days.
It's been a minute since we've had one. Yeah, Aiden Sensible out there.
Yes. Aiden, the man.
Kaiser's own.
I guess you could call him that, yeah. This one a little bit high for ball one. So we'll see Mason Carter, the lefty, on the mound for post 60 as his next pitch misses outside for ball 2, and it's Cam Moore batting for post 14. No score here in the bottom of the first. And the next pitch from Carter is a called strike. The 2-1 outside for ball 3. So it goes Moore, Sifford, Buber for post 14.
I think that's pretty much been standard since the beginning of the year, except for when Canby's at the top of the order.
This one misses low for ball 4, so Cam Moore's on with a leadoff walk. Yeah, there's been a little bit of movement, but it does feel like, at least recently, that this has kind of been what we've seen. We've seen kind of a little bit of flips in the middle of the order as well, but it's a relatively standard lineup for the Hornets as this one misses high for a ball. And I do think, too, especially in the regular season, you may move some guys around, give them a few more opportunities to get at-bats, see where they hit in these spots to kind of help out what the goal is, which is to get these guys a lot of looks throughout the summer. There's a called strike. Landon Sifford had the only home run for post 14 in the regular season, as the pitch here to Sifford is low for a ball. And we saw the ball fly out of the park yesterday. 4 home runs between the two teams, so clearly it's a hitter's park here in Kaiser. Or at least it played like it. It's a throw over 9 time.
See if that continues today. I don't know if it was the weather more so, or if it is more so the location, which I can see it being that.
It could be a little bit of both. But the 2-1, the called strike 2. The defense for post 60 behind the plate is Canerium. Down at third, Peyton Girardin. Shortstop, Pence. Second base, Evan Williams. First base, French. And from left to right in the outfield as Sifford fouls it away, Wolf, Plogger, Everhart. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Landon Sifford, the catcher. Carter looks over toward first and delivers the next pitch on 2-2. It's high and outside for ball 3. So a full count on Landon Sifford with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score in the next pitch. Fouled away. So full count on Landon Sifford. Moore takes his lead. And he'll take off. Sifford swings and misses, and the throw not going to be in time. So Cam Moore takes second base. Sifford strikes out swinging. And with 1 out, Carson Buber will come to the plate.
I guess you could say it's a productive at-bat in the end, although it's more so the stolen base by Cam Moore. But hey, he's still got the runner in scoring position now.
Yeah, they end up finding a way to get a guy over, even though, like you said, Sifford really had nothing necessarily to do with that, but he did work a long at-bat as this pitch misses high and outside. So, you'd rather a guy strike out on a 3-2 than on a 0-3 or an 0-2. As the pitch here is called strike. So quickly Buber falls behind here. No balls and 2 strikes. And the next pitch. I'm sorry, there's strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Carson Buber. And the 1-2 to Buber is lined the opposite way into right center field, going back at the track, and one hops the fence. Moore is going to round third and head for home. Buber's headed into third with a triple. So the Hornets grab the early 1-0 lead as Carson Buber sent it to deep center field. And Plogger tried to track it down, but he couldn't make the play out there in center, and it ends up falling in, and then Buber advances all the way to third.
Yeah, over the head of Plogger, and then he kind of runs into the wall a little bit, and also just kind of makes a diving play for it, but seems like he's okay out there. Yeah, he's not showing any signs of being below 100%. But yeah, great hit by Buber. Almost able to get it over the wall. Seeing the balls carry out there again. So a good start for Post 14.
Yeah, already a little bit of a mound visit here early in the game as talking to Carter and J.J. Pavanelli come to the plate. Pavanelli's had a huge season for the Hornets, been one of their more consistent bats and RBI guys, and fits why he's here in the 4 spot once again, Dylan, for the Hornets.
He's been reliable in the spot.
As Pavanelli pops this one up into foul territory, but out of play.
Off the top of the dugout.
So it's a long strike here for JJ. 0-1 count. And the next pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a 1-0 Post 14 lead as Carson Buber hits the go-ahead triple. He stands at third base. And the pitch from Carter to Pavanelli is high for a ball, 2-1. Carter steps back on the rubber and delivers the next pitch. It's in there for a called strike, bring the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a runner on third for Post 14. And the next pitch to Pavanelli is fouled away the opposite way toward the right field line. So Pavanelli now seeing a lot of pitches, and overall it's been a long inning for Mason Carter.
Yeah, they've been able to at least make him work. Even though he's only given up 1 run,
This one's hit on the ground towards short. Pence throws to first. Run comes in to score. The throw to first is in time for the second out. But it drives in the run, so it's a 2-0 lead for Post 14.
A productive out. So 2 runs up as 2 outs get in. Or 2 runs up after getting 2 outs. Coach Tobin's going over to talk to the home plate umpire about something. I'm not sure exactly what.
Maybe he wants to appeal at first. That's what I thought maybe initially, but it was a very close play. It didn't necessarily look like Pence had all of his arm behind that throw from shortstop, but it got there in time, according to the umpire. And now Brayden Oviedo comes to the plate, and Oviedo one-hops the wall out there in right field. Oviedo's standing in at second base with a 2-out double on the first pitch he sees.
Stayed back on the ball, was able to get it into the opposite field, but for a second I thought that was going to carry over the wall. But it goes one hop in front of it. So this good inning stays alive. They can keep it going.
So I'll bring Cole Lewis to the plate, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. As the Hornets already have a 2-0 lead. They have another runner in scoring position. And a throw back to second. Not in time as Williams comes over and makes a nice stab at it.
Better throw might have gotten him.
Yeah, it looked like Oviedo was leaning just a little bit, but not picked off over there at second base. And the first pitch here to Lewis is a big swing and a miss for strike one. Cole took a healthy hack at that one.
They have fooled him with that breaking ball.
And the 0-1. Hit on the ground towards short, and it is fielded by Pence, but he's not going to have a play.
He just had to eat it.
So Lewis gets the first, and it's runners on the corners on the infield single. Tough play to even get to, and for Pence to get there.
Yeah, it just would have been too far.
Probably saves a run.
Yeah, it's just too far of a throw for him to try to make a play over at first. Lewis was too far down the line, and now we're going to get a mound visit, it looks like.
Yeah, already the second time somebody's came out to speak.
Yeah, that's
Mason Carter.
This is the issue for Post 60 is they used a lot of pitching yesterday. And for Mason Carter to be struggling in the first inning of this one, it doesn't bode well for their chances, considering if they lose, they got to play again, and then that second game would be an elimination game.
Yeah, you're exactly right there, Dylan. I guess one of the positives is Ian Wolf only threw one or two pitches last night. It wasn't many. Or he only faced one batter. So he would be available, I would presume, and probably your number one guy to turn to. But then, in terms of who you would start for the final game if you were to lose, makes it a little bit more tough.
Yeah, I
you
believe.
have the option, of course, probably to maybe throw Landon Pence again as well, but there's not a ton of depth, I feel like, in this pitching staff compared to maybe a team like Post 14, who has a lot of guys that only pitch, as here's a called strike. Don't believe there's too much on Post 60 in that category, so.
Probably not too much outside of who we've already seen, at the very least.
It's true. As the pitch here misses outside for a ball.
Because they did use about five pitchers yesterday, which is a good amount of pitching, and Mason Carter wasn't one of them. And Ian Wolf only threw 2 pitches.
Yeah, and Comley didn't throw very long, so you had a few guys, but he's now injured, so probably not going to pitch. As here's one hit back up the middle, but lined right to the second baseman Williams for the final out as Alter goes down with the line out. But Post 14 does add 2 here in the first inning to take an early 2-0 lead. We head to the second. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Top of the second inning, brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson Visit BurkeandSchultz.com. We play hardball. 2-0 Berkeley Post 14 as we head to the top half of the second inning between the two teams. Post 60 coming back to the plate, and Dylan, it was a good start for Post 14 and Carson Buber on the mound. And then we saw the offense as well come through with some big hits in that bottom half.
Right, able to get 2 runs up on the board, and then a double by Braden Oviedo. If nothing else, it's going to force Post 60's hand on their pitching to where you can get to them later in the game. But you've already gotten 2 runs up, which is good run support for probably your ace in your rotation, Carson Buber.
So I'll bring Brian French to the plate to lead off this inning. And the pitch here from Buber, giving a pretty good ride out there toward left center field. That's going to fall in for extra, well, just a single as Lewis got to it quickly. Originally, I thought maybe he was going to roll the wall. So either way, though, it's a good leadoff single for Brian French, and now will bring Mason Everhart to the plate.
Maybe that'll be the key with Buber, is to try to get to him early in the count if he's trying to throw strikes early and keep his pitch count down and just work through this game quickly.
He does tend to be more of a strikeout pitcher, but yeah, you can see when you are a guy that throws a lot of strikes, it's maybe a good idea to try to jump on that first pitch.
I think we saw teams have success against Lane DeLauder like that, but you know, Carson Buber, you can kind of do the same. A lot of power pitchers are like that.
The 0-1 misses outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. We didn't really see too many teams have a lot of success against Carson Buber until, unfortunately, the postseason. But other than that, he was very dominant against a lot of these guys in this lineup, as here's one that misses inside for ball 2. So you got to have all the confidence in the world in a guy like Buber going up against players that he's very familiar with. But on the other side, it works for them as well that they've seen Buber a lot throughout his career. As the 2-1 is inside for ball 3, so it's a 3-1 count.
Well, whether it's Trip Tobin or Aaron Byler, the coaches have all the faith in the world in him.
You got to. It's the 3-1, just misses inside for ball 4, so Everhart continues to do what he did yesterday, and that's get on base, Dylan.
Yeah, he was great at that. Very patient at the plate yesterday. Buber's had a little bit of control issues here early on. I mean, don't know the last time he pitched, so maybe it's just some early.
I think it was against Post 60. I don't know for certain. Either they didn't record the games on Game Changer or they didn't happen last weekend in Virginia. They were supposed to head to Virginia Beach, I believe. But I don't see those games on the Game Changer schedule anymore, so I don't know what happened exactly. And I meant to ask Tripp about it, but I just forgot. So
maybe 6 and 7 days ago, those games and the continuation of them.
Right, yeah, it's been a little bit of time. But that's the last time I saw him pitch, so yeah. So back to this one now. 1-1 count. Runners on first and second. The pitch from Buber. Low and outside for a ball.
Now make him throw you strikes. If he's not going to be in the zone, then don't take bad swings.
Mason
a walk
Carter,
is as good as a single.
Carter here at the plate, sitting in on a 2-1 count. Shows bunt and pops it up. Foul. So now the count is even at 2-2.
It's kind of interesting to wait until 2-1, 2-1 to lay down the bunt.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to keep the defense on their toes. If Carter can get it down, they're going to be out of position possibly. But here they're definitely not going to bunt on a 2-2 count with nobody out. Buber checks the runner at second, and on 2-2. It's a called strike 3, so Carson Buber bounces back and gets the strikeout. He did have, I believe, 10 strikeouts in the 2 games that he pitched in, and the continuation of the first game between these two teams and the wrap-up. So he pitched through the lineup pretty seamlessly, but See what he can do here today as Evan Williams will come to the plate. And that one misses outside for ball one. And then, of course, the rain came and delayed that second matchup between the two teams. And we saw Riley Morgan come in and throw a gem as well. The 1-0. Popped up into right field. Going to be a tough play on the run, but it's going to land in foul territory, so no damage done for Williams here at the plate. And with post 60 having 2 runners on the base pass, that one falls in. French is most likely going to be sent home and possibly score from second. Would have been a tough play. Halter might have been able to get to it quick enough that you hold him up at third, but either way would have at least put you in a great situation with 2 guys in scoring position. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out. Boober delivers the next one, and it's fouled away for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and 2 on. 2-0 post 14. Post 60, trying to get back into it here early on and get on the board. And the 1-2 from Boober. Low, it's a bouncer, gets away from the catcher. Sifford going to roll the backstop, and both runners will advance. Now it's second and third. And I think Sifford called time, try to throw it back to Boober. They're not going to come out and speak to him or anything. Let him roll here.
It's a rough time for a wild pitch. No more double play opportunity.
Yep.
You can get a sacrifice in if you're post 60.
You definitely could use a strikeout here from Boober in the pitch. Called strike 3. Carson Boober with back-to-back strikeouts. And there's now 2 gone in the inning. And Ian Wolf, who we talked about yesterday, having a huge game. Talked to Coach Everhart. He loves this 9 spot. And it would be fitting, I feel like, with the way he's played in some of these games here down the stretch, that he could come through here.
It really would.
The pitch from Boober to Wolf. Low and outside for ball 1. Ian Wolf, the Hedgesville Eagle, finishing up his career there. Sits in on a 1-0 count. And the pitch from Boober. Hit toward left, or shorts off the glove of the shortstop, and that's going to allow a run to come in to score. It was a tough play for J.J. Pavanelli, and he never really handled it. It was hit hard, took a weird bounce, and that's going to allow the run to come home to score, and Wolf finds a way to get the run across. You could possibly rule that an error on Pavanelli, but, I mean, he did hit it hard, and it took a weird bounce, so it's a tough play.
Yeah, I think you just rule out a single. It's a really hard hit ball. That's why coaches just tell you, hey, just get the bat on the ball, make good contact, and you never know what could happen.
First pitch from Boober, called strike 1. So I bring Kason Plogger to the plate, who popped out his first time. So post 60's on the board here at 2-1, and the pitch from Carson Boober. It's a call on strike. 0-2 count here on Plogger. So 2-1, post 14 here, top half of the second between the Hornets and the Knights. And the pitch from Boober is low, gets away from Sifford. Wolf will take second. So that brings the runner back into scoring position now on a 1-2 count. Boober does seem to be a little bit more wild here in the second after overall a very good first. But he's limited the damage to this point. We'll see if he can continue to at least pitch with the lead. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Lined into center field. Camby looking up for it and makes the play on the run for the final out of the inning. So post 60 gets a run back. It's 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the second. Post 14 on top. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
John's Pool Supplies, your local one-stop shop for all of your swimming pool needs. Located at 237 Eagle School Road, John's Pool Supplies has over 30 years of experience and a large selection of products, services, and supplies for your pool or hot tub. From custom liner installation and pool inspections to free water testing, call John's Pool Supplies at 304-267-2000 or go to johnspoolsupplies.com. We welcome you back here to Kaiser. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, back in the studio, Kyle McLaughlin. Aiden Sensabaugh on camera here from the Area 4 American Legion Baseball Tournament. Post 60 taking on Post 14 in this Berkeley County battle. Hornets coming back to the plate, who lead Post 60 2-1. And Dylan, we'll see if they can continue after good first inning of offense. It'll be the 8-9 one-hitters due up in Gross, Canby, and Moore.
It was a very good first inning for them. You know, anytime you can get 2 runs up in an inning, you'll get that across 7 innings. That's 14 runs. So he would take that any time. Obviously,
we have a pitching change. Sorry to cut you off, but I wasn't really expecting that this early. It looks like it's Montgomery. Brandon Montgomery.
Yeah, I think you have to make interesting decisions when you're at this point in a tournament like this, where you have another game today, potentially, if you do lose. You already used a lot of pitching yesterday. You have games to play tomorrow if you do advance. So you could have as many as 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and 1 yesterday. So things might get a little weird for Post 60. Now, more often than not, situations like that end up with a team just simply not being able to advance that far because of the lack of pitching. But you still have to plan as if you're going to win all these games.
And if you keep other guys as options down the line, it just gives you that many more pitching options. But the first pitch from Montgomery is going to be sent into center field, and on the run, Plogger makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 away here in the second. And I think also, Carter did struggle a little bit. So if you feel like he just doesn't have it, you go to Montgomery early. You keep his pitch count down in case you were to come back and you're still very much in the game. As here's a called strike. And like we said last night, maybe it was a little bit too late to make that pitching change. If you make it a little bit earlier, maybe Post 64 ends up winning.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Davis really came in and slowed it down, it felt like, as here's a pitch that misses for a ball to Canby.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Post 64's pitching situation looks like. They only used those 2 pitchers yesterday, so most of these teams are going to have more than 2 pitchers, obviously. So they're in still a pretty good spot.
For sure, and they have the advantage of, in some ways, a bye for this game, even though they lost yesterday and they are only 1 game guaranteed left, as there's a strike. In some ways, I mean, if you're going to lose and get to the loser's bracket, they're in the best loser's bracket spot you could be in. Because you don't have to play back-to-back today, as there's a swing and miss from Canby.
Right. The obvious advantage for Post 60 is if they win this game, then they're through and just need to win 1 more to win the championship. But it does end up backfiring on you if you win.
As weird as that sounds.
Yeah, it kind of ends up being worse for you in the long run if you lose this game, because you're in the same spot as Potomac Valley, but you've played 1 more game and used up 1 more game's worth of pitching.
Cam Moore sends it into center field. Could be our final out, and it is, as Plogger makes the catch. So Montgomery gets a very quick inning here in the second. And we'll head to the top of the third. Our bottom of the second was brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering Public Clinical and Environmental Services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. We're back in 60 seconds. Our score, Post 14-2, Post 61. This is American Legion Baseball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here. Top half of the third between Berkeley Post 14 and Post 60 here in the Area 4 tournament. Our top of the third is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. And Dylan, it's 2-1 Berkeley Post 14. Very quick inning there to end the second. And that will bring us now to the top of the third with Post 60 coming back to the plate. They were able to break through against Carson Buber a little bit in that last half inning for them.
Yeah, they definitely got to him a bit. Got a run up on the board. Got some pitches in for him. A lot of at bats. So made it a little tougher for Post 14 to just get through this game with only Carson Buber, if nothing else. Which is always good if you get into the bullpen, get further into the depth.
This one hit on the ground toward the shortstop, J.J. Pavanelli, and Pavanelli throws over to first in time for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 away here to begin the third.
Like even if your so-called ace or just starter in general is having an off night, it's always good to make a team have to take him out of the game because once he's out, he's out. And you're not going to be able to go back to them. And that's further down the line, it becomes more advantageous for you. You play Post 14 tomorrow at some point, and they're further down the line because of what you do them in this game. It's nothing but a positive.
First pitch to Girardin is fouled away. 0-1 count. Next pitch is a called strike, 0-2. Jordan singled his first time. And the 0-2 from Carson Buber, swing and a miss on a pitch that ran away for strike 3. Buber with another strikeout here. That's his third in the early going. And with 2 outs now, it will bring Trent Canerium to the plate, who flew out his first time.
Possibly a little bit of a recovery inning for Carson Buber.
First pitch to Canerium. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Buber, like a lot of good pitchers, tends to get better as the game goes on, as he gets a little bit more comfortable out there on the mound. And the pitch here from Carson is hit hard on the line towards short, ends up bouncing into the glove of Pavanelli, and he'll throw to first in time for the final out of the inning. So a quick inning on the other side here to begin the third for Post 60. We will head to the bottom half of the inning with Post 14 coming back to the plate. They're up 2-1. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers. Or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Back in the studio, Kyle McLaughlin. On camera, Aiden Sensabaugh. Our score, Berkeley Post 14-2, Post 61. As we head here to the bottom half of the third inning, which is brought to you by the team at Century 21 Monterey Results. If you're looking for a home in the Tri-State, they have you covered. So, Dylan, we'll see the Hornets offense come in the plate in 2-1 game. We'll see how things play out, but it does feel like you could use a few more runs to put yourself in a better situation here. I don't know if 2 will be enough here today. I mean, even though it has been a low-scoring game and Boober's out there on the mound, you always are looking to break through offensively, but if Montgomery can kind of slow things down after Carter's start, it could turn into that kind of shutout pitcher's duel. And based off of last inning against him, they didn't see very many pitches. So,
yeah, we'll see. Carson Buber looked a lot better there, but yeah, I agree with you. 2 runs is not enough to rely on.
Sifford pops this one up toward first on the first pitch, and Sifford goes down for the second time here today on a pop out to first. Now Buber come to the plate. He had a triple his last time, which scored Cam Moore. First pitch to Buber is a called strike 1. Next pitch to Buber, high for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the Hornets pitcher. And this one's going to be hit hard out towards center field. Buber got under it a little bit, but Plogger dives out for it in right center. He can't make the catch. Buber's looking for his second triple of the day. The throw to third is not going to come from Evan Williams, the cutoff man, and Carson Buber has a 2-hit day with 2 triples. Plogger made an excellent effort at it in right center, and he nearly got there. And we know he has the ability to make that catch. He's made some great catches in the season series between these two teams, but he couldn't make that one. It was a tough play to make, obviously, and Carson Buber, with that dive out from Plogger, allows it to roll to the wall and allows him to get a triple. Would have been a hit, though, either way.
I think Plogger's going to be really annoyed any other time that Carson Buber comes at the bat today, because both at bats he's made him really work and dive out for a ball, and he hasn't been able to quite get there.
So J.J. Pavanelli now has a chance for another RBI with a runner on third and just 1 out. And the pitch here to Pavanelli, hit well but foul down the line.
Got to get the ball in play if you're not going to get a walk drawn. Got to do it one way or another, get that run home.
He was able to do that last time with the sacrifice, so we'll see what he can do here. As the next pitch to Pavanelli is high for ball. 2-1. J.J. finished up his freshman season at WVU Tech. And the next pitch on 2-1 is high for ball 3. Three-one count, 1 out. And a 2-1 Hornets lead. The pitch from Montgomery. Pavanelli sends this one out towards center. Should be deep enough to score Buber from third, and it will. Plogger makes the catch on the run. Buber will tag from third, and the Hornets add to their lead, now 3-1. So Pavanelli does his job with his second sacrifice RBI of the day. 1 on the ground, and that one through the air into center. Brayton Oviedo now will come to the plate with 2 gone, He had a double his first time. So, Dylan, doing your job.
Yep.
Big part of this team. As Oviedo takes an outside forward ball, really a big part of any team, but we know that the Hornets tend to execute the manufacturing runs very well. They're not a power-hitting team necessarily, as the pitch here to Oviedo is a called strike. Had a lot of good contact hitters and guys that can put the ball in play and get runs across that way.
Yeah, look, the name of the game is get the runs across home plate. Do it however you need to.
There's a big swing and a miss there for strike two from to Oviedo, so Montgomery bouncing right back on an 0-2 count now to Oviedo, and it's fouled away. Oviedo, as I mentioned, had that double in the first inning. And the 1-2. High for a ball. So count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Oviedo. With 2 outs and a 3-1.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have...
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will do it for the 3rd inning, but Oviedo strikes out. The Hornets do add, though, to their lead with the sacrifice RBI from J.J. Pavanelli after the Carson Buber triple. It's 3-1. Hornets on top. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. We're back in the 4th.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
WVU Medicine is pleased to have physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology all in one place at the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, located in a custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the WVU Medicine Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. We look forward to welcoming patients at this larger location in Spring Mills. For more information about the WVU Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg Clinics, call 304-596-5038.
As we welcome you back here, top half of the 4th inning is brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, reliable coverage since 1877. Call them at 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit fmiwv.com. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop here. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio in Martinsburg, and on site with us on camera is Aiden Sensabaugh. As it is 3-1, Berkeley post 14. Dylan leading here in the 4th. And Knights coming back to the plate. Hornets, Knights doing battle. We are at the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. French, Everhart, Carter.
They got to get something going. They down by 2 runs again. Carson Buber's kind of looking better as the game goes on, as you kind of said that's what he tends to do. If last inning is an indication, at least, maybe that part of the order is just struggling a little bit, and this part of the order for post 60 will pick things back up.
Well, this part did get something going. It was a French single and Everhart walk earlier, but French this time pops it up over towards short, and Pavanelli calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. I think it's also key to have some longer at-bats like they were doing earlier in the game. Last inning was extremely quick, and then this inning starts with a first pitch, first out. It's got to be important if you're post 60 to have kind of a methodical approach at the plate and take what the pitcher's giving to you and also try to work the count a little bit. As the next pitch here from Buber, Everhart didn't go around but ruled a strike anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that all the time. Anytime we're in the midst of a long at-bat, it's like, hey, even if this at-bat doesn't go your way, you made the pitcher work. You got his pitch count up.
Next one from Buber. Another check swing from Everhart, this time not ruled a strike. It's a ball, 1 strike.
Because, hey, at the very least, if you can't get hits, if you can't get on base on this pitcher, hit a bunch of foul balls, it's quicker that you'll make him get out of the game, make him get to his pitch limit.
The 1-1 is fouled away for strike 2. Yeah, or at least see some pitches. I mean, you don't want to always go up there and swing at the first pitch. But like we said, when you get a guy that throws a lot of strikes like Buber, maybe that's your best opportunity to get on base is to swing at those first few pitches. 1-2. Called a strike 3. I think Everhart may have went around as well, but either way, it is strike 3. So Everhart goes down swinging, and that will bring Mason Carter to the plate here with quickly 2 outs. Carter, actually going to be Montgomery, as he, of course, checked in for Carter. When Carter had struck out Montgomery, this is his first time seeing him. And the first pitch to him is a called strike 1.
Buber's really gotten into a groove.
Carson quickly steps back out on the rubber, looks into his catcher, Sifford, and delivers the 0-1. And it misses outside for a ball. Got away from Sifford as well, so Carson will get a new baseball. Umpire goes back, pick up the old one, and puts it in the pocket. So 1 ball, 1 strike here on Montgomery. 3-1, Berkeley Post 14 leads in the 4th. And the pitch from Buber, high for ball.
And when we talk about kind of seeing pitches from because obviously talk about the advantage of getting a guy's pitch count up, but it does help for your at-bats in general against the pitcher yourself. Say the more pitches of that guy that you see as the third ball comes in on the ground, makes it 3-1, that, well, hey, if you saw 7 pitches in an at-bat, that gives you a better idea, even if you got out that at-bat, next time up, okay, he did this on 1-1, he did this on 2-2, that sort of thing.
The 3-1 is a called strike 2. So bring the count now full and see if Carson Buber can get another 1-2-3 inning here against the Post 60 Knights. Buber looks in, delivers on 3-1, and the pitch is low for ball 4. So that will bring Evan Williams to the plate, the second baseman. Williams so far has struck out looking. Buber on the day has 4 strikeouts through his almost 4 innings of work out there on the mound, 3 2/3. And the first pitch here from Buber to Williams is high for a ball.
Buber's got to close out this inning.
We have a courtesy runner down there at first base for the pitcher. And this pitch, a called strike.
Can't lose your momentum after just one walk. You only got a 2-run lead. You got to shut down any sort of rallies very quickly.
It does feel like, though, that 1 walk can always kind of turn the tide of the inning.
What did you keep saying yesterday, Nick? Nothing good ever happens after a walk?
Yeah, it's true. Usually. At least it feels that way.
Yeah.
2-1 count, 2 outs, and the next pitch from Carson Buber is a swing and a miss, strike 2.
That was a good pitch there. But, yeah, I mean, think about it. Once a runner gets on, the pitcher has to change up his windup. He's coming out of the stretch now instead of his full windup to come to the plate quicker. Anything could happen.
The 2-2. Lined into center field. Canby on his horse, trailing back toward the wall, and makes the catch on the run for the final out of the inning. So Post 60 does get a little bit of momentum with the walk, but can't do anything with the base runner. Carson Buber continues to pitch well as we head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Post 14-3, Post 60-1. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Welcome you back here to American Legion baseball action from Kaiser, West Virginia, the Area 4 tournament. First game of a doubleheader here tonight, as the loser of this game will take on Post 64 in an elimination game. Hornets currently on top of the Post 60 Knights 3-1. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. And we've seen some good stuff from both teams, but Berkeley Post 14 been a little bit more consistent with their pitching early in the game, and that's kind of the difference here, Dylan.
Yeah, Carson Buber has been the one that's really gotten into the zone the last few innings after the one run he gave up in the second. If he keeps that up, I mean, 2-run lead, and we've said before that Buber can be trusted to go out there and give you a whole game, and he's kind of locked in these last few innings.
Lewis slaps this one toward third, but right to the third baseman, Peyton Girardin, for the first out. So Cole Lewis lines out here to begin the bottom of the fourth, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. So Lewis lines out to third, Alter to the plate, who lined out to second his first time. And the pitch here to Christian is a foul ball down the third base line, 0-1 count. Jack Gross is standing in the on-deck circle.
It's been a little more difficult for Post 14 to get as much production out of the bottom of their lineup this year as compared to last year. But having a guy like Alter down here in the 7th spot can hopefully do something like that for you. And, of course, can be in the 9th spot as well, as the next pitch is a foul ball. So you got some guys down here that can turn the lineup over for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen also Gross probably hit better than I would expect with him being kind of a younger guy on this team, as this one's popped up towards second base. It actually bounced on the grass and was thrown to first for the out. But either way,
Baltimore chop, kind of.
It leads to the out there. So that will bring Gross to the plate. But yeah, he slashed all right down here at the bottom. But I think a part of that is, Dylan, we've had kind of some inconsistencies with who's been available and who you can place at that bottom part of the order. As Alters really kind of came on in the last few weeks. Gross is going to send this one out toward the right center field. On the run, Plogger can't get there. It's going to roll the wall, and Gross is looking for 3. The throw to third from Williams, not in time. So there's some production from the bottom of the order. Jet Gross legs that one out for a triple.
I think Jet Gross also thought that was going to be caught off the bat, because I think he was kind of jogging a little bit out of the box, and yet still able to get to third base with a triple. So impressive speed. But another one that, man, just barely Kason Plogger is not able to get to. He's been so close on so many of those.
Camby takes a big swing at this one. Yeah, I think it's tough, too, because Everhart's out there and right, and no disrespect to Everhart, but not necessarily a right fielder that you typically see out there. I mean, he's caught a lot, played some third base yesterday, but I don't know if he's your ideal right fielder. You've had some different guys in that spot. Mason Carter, for the most part, has been in the outfield, as this one's hit up the middle into center field, and all of a sudden you get that runner on with 2 outs. Dylan, and Camby drives him home with the RBI single.
Yeah, just exactly what we were talking about with turning the lineup over, getting some production from the bottom of the order. At the very least, Mason Everhart, I don't think, is the regular right fielder.
For sure.
For Post 60. So, yeah, I think he's used to other positions out there a little more. So, Plogger might have a little bit more ground to carry. I think that one, that player in particular, was going to be your center fielder no matter what. But yeah, it's been tough sledding out there for Plogger. He's been to no fault of his own. He's just barely, these balls are just barely hitting the right spot.
Yeah, it's tough to cover a lot of ground out there in center. Plus, these guys in general aren't probably super familiar with this field. So 4-1 lead for post 14 now as this one misses high and outside for a ball. But yeah, for the most part, the outfield that we've seen, unless somebody's been pitching, has been Plogger, Wolf, and Carter. Of course, Carter started the game on the mound as this one's high for a ball. And then occasionally we've seen like Landon Pence go out there a little bit. I don't know if I've seen the look here that we're seeing today, but again, pitching probably had something to do with that. So I don't necessarily know if Everhart should have gotten those balls or not, but here's a pitch that misses outside for a ball. But as Moore's going to take it for ball 4, but with a different right fielder that maybe doesn't cover as much ground, it maybe puts a little bit more on Plogger to get to some of these balls and really patrol center, and he's certainly capable of doing that. But a few balls have just barely fallen in, and you just wonder maybe, I guess, what's causing that for post 60. But it could just be bad luck. Sometimes it's the way the ball bounces.
Yeah, I think that's just the post 14's done a really good job hitting the ball into the gap or over the head of Plogger in center.
The 0-1 is high for ball 1. It's been a tough day for Landon Sifford so far. Struck out and a fly out to first base, so kind of like a pop out more so. As this one lined into center field, that will get down for a base hit as that one dies out there in left center. Camby's going to come around to score from second, and the Hornets extend their lead now out to 6-1.
This might be the end of the day for Montgomery.
Excuse me, 5-1.
I think so. I see a point out to the call it the bullpen area.
Yeah, and again, it's another pitching change for this team, so that's going to make it tough, Dylan. But I think maybe French could be coming back in, or I'm not exactly sure who's looking to pitch here. French is at least, it looks like we're going to go from the bench, I believe.
It's number 25, Jay Vians. I wanted to say Vians, excuse me. Vians, yeah.
But we'll take a break with the pitching change, 30 seconds, and we'll return. It's 5-1, Berkeley post 14 on the RBI from Cam Moore. And this is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR. I'm sorry, from Landon Sifford. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome you back here to Kaiser, West Virginia. Our pitching changes are going to be brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. So after the Sifford RBI single, it's 5-1, Berkeley post 14. And Carson Buber has already had 2 triples. Will come to the plate, Dylan.
He is your runaway favorite for player of the game. That's for sure. 2 triples, and then he's throwing a gem out on the mound. See if he keeps it up.
Yeah. And we're going to see JVians come into.
I think we're getting an intentional walk of Boober.
Interesting. That loads the bases, but it also gives you an out at any base. So, I mean, he already had 2 triples against you, but it's going to be a new pitcher. And Pavanelli, like we said, he's been at least a very good RBI guy today, and we know what he can do. So,
Well, force at any base, got 2 outs, you only need 1.
Either way, it's a tough matchup. So I wouldn't want to face either of these guys if I'm Vians or the Knights or anybody. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Pavanelli with a pair of sacrifices, one on the ground, one a pop fly to center field, I believe it was, and we got runners on the bases here. Bases are loaded, and JJ fouls off that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pavanelli, the shortstop, in the cleanup role. And the pitch. Low for a ball. 2-1 count.
A nice patient at bat from Pavanelli so far.
Yep, trying to extend this lead even more for Berkeley post 14 as it's 5-1. The next pitch, low and outside for ball 3. So now you're in danger of possibly walking in another run.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any easier on deck. Braden Oviedo.
For sure. The 3-1. Low for ball 4, so the walked-in run comes across to score. And that's the only other issue, too, of walking Boober is it loads the bases and possibly adds to that opportunity, but the walked-in run makes it now 6-1.
Yeah, and that was the first batter Vians was really facing. Didn't give him an opportunity to really,
Settle
less
in.
room for error.
But, I mean, Boober did have 2 triples.
Yeah, I mean...
Could have been, I guess, worse, possibly, if you aim one over the plate for Carson.
It was a pick-your-poison sort of situation.
1-1 that, you look like a genius if it works out, and now we're questioning it like we knew to do anything better, right? 1 ball, 1 strike.
Right, hindsight's 20/20. There's pros and cons to each decision.
For sure. I think that's essentially what we were just trying to go over. But the pitch here to Oviedo misses inside for ball 2. 2-1 count. 2 outs. Bases are still loaded as Edwards is in as a courtesy runner down there in third. Boober drew the walk earlier, and Pavanelli on the base pass as well.
Oviedo's worked himself into a 3-ball count.
That is Boober down there at second as well. He did not receive a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Oviedo's a very patient hitter himself.
And this one misses low for ball 4, so it's back-to-back walks for Vians. And we've now batted around this inning as it's back to Cole Lewis.
And now things start to get pretty dangerous for post 60 because if you get this, theoretically, let's say batter at the plate ends up scoring and all these other runs do as well in this inning, that's a 10-run lead. And we go to the top of the 5th, and suddenly that's your final 3 outs that you're down to. So they need to clutch up with this just 1 out. That's all you need. 3 strikes or just, couple good pitches. That's all you need. It's a tough situation to throw a guy out here into. Obviously, being this far down in the rotation, it's a guy that probably has a little less experience than some of the other guys that have been pitching for post 60. As you get a wild pitch, and then you're going to have another run score.
Yeah, that's tough. Wild pitch drives in another run. It's 8-1. Berkeley post 14, extending its lead. And I mean, also at this point too, Dylan, you're running out of opportunities from your offense. You don't really want to use another arm, I would feel like. I mean, if you do have to play, which, odds are is that you won't come back maybe. But, I mean, you never know. But you probably don't want to waste another guy that you're planning on starting here in this next game at least. And then you'll kind of roll with that guy. This one's hit on the ground. Throw to first. Not in time. And another run comes across. And it's 9-1 post 14 as it was a tough play there in the gap. And it just seems like post 60, just nothing really going their way here in this fourth inning. As Christian Alter will come to the plate.
And I think we're going to see another pitching change.
It's a little bit surprising, but also...
Well, maybe not. I don't know. Coach Everhart's...
I think he's appealing.
Yeah.
Very tough play down there. It, looked very close to me. I wasn't exactly sure, but Lewis, we know he's got good speed, so I wouldn't be surprised if he beat it out. And with Alter coming here to the plate, it's been a little bit of a slow day, but we know he's a good bat in this lineup. So
yeah, Alter was cleanup hitter for Martinsburg. 1 seed in the state tournament this year, so he was an RBI machine.
9-1 our score. Runners on the corners for post 14. This one popped up toward right center field. This time Plogger able to get there on the run for the final out of the inning. So post 14 adds a bunch. They're now up 9-1 over post 60, and we head to the fifth. Hornets in control. We'll see if they can close things out against the post 60 Knights. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
Drew, hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
Half the fifth between Berkeley post 14 and post 60. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, our top of the fifth. Dylan, brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. Just thought I'd remind you.
Yeah, oh man, things have really turned a corner here for post 60 in this game. That you got to get through 3 more innings to try to make a comeback, and it's a tough situation here where you would have almost rather said if I'm going to lose this game, let those 2 more runs come across and have this game end early, so I don't have to worry about using more pitching. But you never want to give up on a game. Obviously, maybe you can get to Carson Buber here in this inning, but I mean, hey, that's a tough task Buber's been dealing.
Right. Yeah, it's a tough situation. As Wilk's going to pop this one up over toward first base, and Gross can't make the play over there in foul territory. Yeah, it's also tough because, Buber's been so good against your lineup, not only in the high school season. I'm sure he's had just an amazing season. He's gone up against a lot of these guys, but also just in the Legion season, he's been very good against post 60. So odds are stacked against them, but hey, odds were stacked against post 64 to make it close last night, and we saw
that's a good point.
Things did get close, so
they were down, I think, by the same score, 9-1, and made it 10-7.
If it's not over until that final out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Like we said, there's no time limit in baseball. All you got to do is make sure you don't get to at this level, 21 outs too quickly. This one's hit on the ground toward third. It's underneath the glove of Oviedo and into left field for a base hit.
Ian Wolf continues his hot streak at the plate.
Yeah, hitting the ball hard on the ground. Has his second hit of the day. And getting it back to the top of the order in Kason Plogger. Plogger has been retired in both of his at-bats so far. And the pitch to him here is a called strike one from Buber. So 1 count. 9-1 our score. Berkeley post 14 on top of post 60. And the next pitch from Buber. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
It feels like Buber's actually done a little bit better against the top of the order for post 60 than some of the other parts of the lineup. So if that's the case, then flipping over to the top of the order doesn't mean as much as it could otherwise.
Throw over 9 in time. I mean, overall, he's only allowed now 4 hits, so you could just argue that the entire lineup has struggled. But yeah, I would, looking at some of these numbers here, the walks and and half the hits have came from the bottom. As there's a throw down to second, Wolf slides in safely on the stolen base. But really, from the 5 through 9 has been the majority of the offense, other than the single from Peyton Girardin early in the game. He had a single from French, a walk from Everhard, a walk from Montgomery, a single or 2 singles from Wolf. So, yeah, I mean, 5 through 9 has done the most damage so far, but really the entire lineup struggled. I mean, when you only have 1 run up on the board, you feel good if you're Buber. But there is a runner in scoring position here. And a 2-2 pitch coming from Carson, and it's fouled away. Carson pitching against Kason Plogger. Runner takes off for third. The throw down from Sifford. Not in time. So Wolf has another stolen base. He's down there at third base.
Here's another way to another way to try to manufacture a run. Stealing bases rather than just moving a runner across with outs and sacrifice bunts or sac flies.
Next pitch here, hit well toward the shortstop Pavanelli, who makes a heck of a grab and holds on to it down there at shortstop.
Wow.
But yeah, excellent play. Well hit ball by Plogger, but right to the shortstop Pavanelli.
Absolutely saving a run with that leaping catch.
Yeah, that could be big as we head into the 5th. I believe we're still at a point where you could, even with this being a tournament, could get a run rule game. So you're only 2 runs away, so that run is big there for both sides. To try to extend it if you're post 60 and post 14, possibly try to end it in the next half inning. With Landon Pence here at the plate, a 1-0 count, and the pitch to Pence. Called a strike. Pence has gone hitless so far. And the 1-1. Landon Pence takes that one low for a ball. Two 1 count, 1 out. Runner on third for post 60, and the pitch here from Buber hit hard on the ground toward third. Oviedo, though, makes it look easy, throws to first for the out. Braden Oviedo almost got to that hard hit ground ball by Ian Wolf to lead off the inning, but couldn't quite get his glove down. That time he eats up Pence and fires to first for the out. And also holds that runner at third by looking him back to the bag. Peyton Girardin, who had a single earlier, comes to the plate.
Yeah, they're able to kind of negate the effect of Wolf getting over to third base with no outs now.
Yeah, for sure. As here's a pitch that misses outside for ball 1. Because even if he were to score now on a hit, is most likely what would drive him in. I mean, possibly a wild pitch could still make it effective, but This one popped up into right center field. Jordan Camby strolls on over to make the catch. And that will end the inning. So the runner stranded at third. It's 9-1. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Berkeley Post 14 on top. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. Beautiful, Dylan.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg has over 100 new vehicles in stock and on the way. We've got a great selection of your favorite models, like the new 2024 Tacoma. Towing your boat or camper? Check out a new 2024 Tundra and get up to $5,500 off MSRP. Need better gas mileage? Check out the iForce Max Tundra and save up to $7,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at cmastoyotaofmartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Bottom of the fifth inning. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us here from Kaiser, West Virginia. Our bottom of the fifth, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Dylan, as we head to this bottom of the fifth, an opportunity here possibly for Post 14 to close it out and walk it off if the run rule is in effect. We believe it would be, even with it being the area tournament, especially with it being a double elimination tournament. You want to try to save that pitching. So, yeah, possibly with that opportunity here up 9-1, but even if you're not, you want to, of course, add on as many runs as you can because you don't want to give a team an opportunity to really have a chance to get back into it.
Right, for post 14, you can save Boober's arm a bit if you're able to get 2 runs up on the board, and make it a 10-run game here. But yeah, even if you get none or you can just get 1 up on the board, and you're still trying to keep that lead as high as possible, so that just in case something happens, Post 60 makes a comeback similar to what Post 64 did last night, then you're in the best position you can be in.
Seems to be some sort of delay, maybe. I don't know what exactly was going on, but
I'm not exactly sure, but
looks like we're about to play ball.
Yeah,
I
I think we just got a little bit of a talk between the infielders here. The umpire's not out there yet. Or
yeah,
he's not currently behind the plate.
I saw them talking, so that's what I was more so looking at. Was
maybe they are talking about, making sure
they're talking to the dugouts here. It looks like
confirming that there could be a 10-run rule in place if need be.
Not too sure, to be honest.
That's just.
I do also believe that. I believe in Legion that it has to be agreed upon as well. I could be wrong.
That might have something to do with it, with the conversation being had then.
I think that's what we discussed at the beginning of the year, that technically there is no 10-run rule unless the managers agree to it, as Edwards will lift this one foul and out of play as he's going to come in and hit. So
you maybe just solved the riddle there, Nick.
I believe that's what we had discussed, at least in the past. Edwards hitting for Gross, who got some things going with a triple. Now it hits off the press box.
Just making sure we're all awake in here.
I've been awake, Dylan.
That's good.
You're awake. You're ready to roll.
Yeah.
Got one more after this tonight.
That's right.
And one more at least tomorrow.
Almost ran in and hit the pinch hitter, Braden Edwards.
Yeah. 1-2 count. And the next one to Edwards is outside for ball 2. Meanwhile, Vian's still in on the mound. Struggled a little bit last inning, but seems to be trying to settle in here as the 2-2. Misses outside for ball 3.
Yeah, last time he had to face his first batter with a full count and 2 outs, or a base load and 2 outs, excuse me. So
the 3-2 here. Edwards pops it down the right field line, going foul and well foul. So Edwards gave it a good ride, but wasn't fair.
Couldn't quite.
I don't know if it even made it over the fence.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it hit off the fence or went over, but it's foul either way.
Edwards has had a few of those. Feels like that just barely go foul. Pitch here to Edwards. Hit well down the line, but in toward the bullpen area. It's a good at-bat here from Braden to lead off the inning, hitting for Jet Gross.
He's gotten good contact on those last 2 pitches, just hasn't been able to have it, straightened out enough to be in the field to play.
And the 3-2. Edwards fouls it away. Bottom 5th. Go ahead, Dylan.
So he's just making Vian's work. That's all I said.
9-1 our score here in the bottom of the 5th. Berkeley post 14 on top. Vian's next pitch here is fouled away again. Edwards tends to have these kind of at-bats. Really works the pitch count well. Good pull hitter in this lineup. Heading into just his junior season at Martinsburg as the 3-2 is popped up. This one will stay, though, in the infield. Could be tough play as 2 guys run into each other out there between Pence and Williams.
I think they made the catch, though.
And Williams did make the catch. I guess nobody called it there. And Edwards goes down there with the pop fly in the infield to lead off the bottom half of the 5th.
It seemed like a simple play off the bat, but then you could see, I think it was a little further in than the infielders originally realized it was going to be.
Yeah, I think technically it probably should have been the pitcher's ball, but he might not have really read it very well, so both Pence and Williams were charging after it as they should in that situation, but neither of them called it, I guess, and ran into each other. Luckily, though, Williams holds on for the catch, and nobody is any worse for the wear as Jordan Camby will take the first pitch he sees for a called strike. Camby had an RBI single his last time up. And Jordan will get a lot of power into this one and send it into left field for another base hit. So Camby's got a 2-hit day here in the 9-hole.
It's a speedy guy to have on base, too, as you flip over to the top of the lineup.
For sure.
So that now means that, as long as he's on base, that any batter at the plate is the winning run, as long as this lead stays where it is, and obviously it will for this half inning.
Throw to first, not in time.
Assuming that the mercy rule has been agreed upon, obviously.
For sure. There's a called strike there. 0-1 count here on Cam Moore. And the next pitch just misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vians on the mound, the right-hander. Delivers the pitch to Canarium, low for a ball, 2-1. So Cam Moore here at the plate. Trent Canarium behind the plate doing the catching. And the next pitch on 2-1 is a little bit outside for ball 3.
Cam Moore himself is a catcher and obviously batting leadoff for a reason. He's a very patient guy. Good hitter in general. Batting leadoff at Fairmont State as a freshman.
We'll take this one high for a ball. Now you got both guys on base with a lot of speed and Moore and Camby, Dylan. And a good bat at the plate and Landon Sifford, of course.
And we're going to get at least another mound visit. I don't know if this is a pitching change.
Yeah, I don't know where you can really go, but they are going to take Vians out. And
I think they're going to Kyle Rankin.
Seems like it, yeah. Going to be Rankin. So we'll take another 30-second break to allow him to warm up the pitch. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Virginia, it's the Area 4 tournament. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us. Our cameraman is Aiden Sensible back in the studio. Kyle McLaughlin, Dylan, as it's 9-1. Berkeley post 14, and we have a pitching change, which is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg.
Kyle Rankin now. I think this is just a last-ditch effort to keep this game alive.
Yeah, with 2 on and just 1 out, it's a great opportunity for the Hornets with the speed on the base paths and more. And Canby, you got Sifford at the plate, who we know has a lot of power in his bat. He did have an RBI single his last time, so you do like the chances here, if you are post 14, to get it to the run rule at 11-1 and win this one here in the bottom of the 5th. I mean, they're certainly in position to do so.
Yeah, if they get Canby and more around the score, that does it. So and as we get deeper and deeper into this, with every pitching change, we start to get more and more into guys that, we're not used to calling them their name when it comes to, seeing them out on the pitching mound. Obviously, we don't do all the games for post 60 or you see all these guys.
I mean, it's a lot of pitches either way.
Right. It's just more and more you get into guys that less.
Sifford, first pitch he sees, sends it into left center field. Going to be a tough play for post 60. They do get it to get the runner only to second base and more. But Canby's going to come around to score. It's now 10-1. And Landon Sifford delivers with another RBI single here in the 5th inning. And now Boober, who's already pretty much done everything but lock it up officially, is the player of the game here today with his pitching performance and 2 triples.
Well,
and a walk.
There'd be an easy way for him to slam dunk his way into the player of the game, driving that 11th run across the score.
Yeah, the winning run. I think he'll take it, right?
I think we have your a unanimous vote at the end, no matter how many people voted on it.
Just you and me.
Yep, there's only 2, so it'll be easy.
Boober lifts it into right field. Going back is the right fielder. He'll make the catch. Moore will tag from second to third. There's a little bit of a long throw in, but he got it in there. DeVians over there at shortstop. And now there's 2 outs, but the runner does advance on the Boober sacrifice, so you'll take that even though he didn't drive in the run.
So we're going to have some change as Coach Tobin goes over to the home plate umpire.
We got a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
I think it's Blosser here for Pavanelli. Yep, Jacob Blosser coming in. Guy we haven't really seen hit, so.
I don't know if have we called his name at all as a batter yet. I know we had him
as a we only had him as a pitcher, I believe, so I don't know what he can do when he's a lefty, so.
I mean, hey, remember when Lane DeLauder hit a walk-off in the high school playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, Blosser a little bit different situation because he came over to the team a little bit late. As the pitch here misses outside for a ball, so
We'll
see what he does here.
Second base still open. Braden Oviedo's on deck. There's 2 outs, though. Rankin has a chance to keep his team alive. Getting this
And
one
the
out.
1-0 to Blosser fouled off of his body eventually as he made contact and then hit off of him, making it a dead ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. But it is kind of an interesting strategy, but I think ultimately Tripp also wants to get these guys in the game of it being a 9-run lead.
Yep.
So you give Blosser a chance to win it, but you do take out one of your better RBI hitters in Pavanelli with a chance to end the game.
Yeah, I mean, the downside is what? You got to play another inning and a half at least,
At the most.
Yeah, other than the possibility of blowing the lead, but that's your other scenario is, take out a guy and we might not win it here, but chances are we would play an inning and a half more. What's the harm?
And there's no guarantee that Pavanelli comes through. I mean,
that too. Yep.
Pitch here to Blosser. He hits it on the ground towards second base, and it's through the glove of the second baseman Williams and into right field. So Blosser comes through, and Post 14 wins it 11-1 with the walk-off in the bottom of the fifth due to the run rule, and they will advance to the championship round. Post 60 heads to the elimination stage against Post 64 later on tonight, Dylan.
It's just a dominant performance from Post 14. We kind of mentioned how Post 60 used a lot of pitchers last night, and they didn't reuse any of them today. I guess, kind of in preparation for this second game that they might have to play. Like, we didn't see Ian Wolf. I would have to imagine the most likely starter for this elimination game is Ian Wolf. Maybe that was the thinking.
It's the last arm left, it feels like.
They used a lot today, so that might be the thinking is, hey, that might be our best pitcher left. Let's save him for an elimination game. And then if we get through that, then we'll worry about Thursday when it comes to it. But so
I mean, yeah, and if you win this next game, you're in the state tournament.
Yeah.
So it's not just, it's essentially, I mean, because Post 14's in no matter what. And also that advances you to the championship game, so you would have been in as the runner-up anyway.
Yep,
so.
it would eliminate Potomac Valley, Post 64, and Post 14 doesn't get the spot for being the Area 4 champion. They get the spot for being the host of the tournament. So someone has to take the Area 4 spot, and it'll be whoever is eliminated last.
Right.
Between Post 60 and Post 64. So, yeah.
But either way, you get 2 bids from Area 4 each year. So the runner-up would have gotten a bid anyway. So how it's playing out right now is the normal scenario. The only scenario where Post 14 steals a bid is if they would have been eliminated before the championship, which they're not going to be. So everything's normal now.
Yep.
Which is good because we won't have anybody that feels like they got slighted because they're not the host. But anyway. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll jump into the post-game show. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The future doesn't wait. Why should you? Blue Ridge Community and Technical College offers over 60 degree and certificate programs in education, IT, culinary arts, engineering, and so much more. Small class sizes, flexible schedules with evening and online classes, affordable tuition, plus financial aid is available to those who qualify. Now you can go to college. Visit us online at blueridgectc.edu. That's blueridgectc.edu. Stop waiting and enroll today.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Welcome you back here to Kaiser. Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us. Aiden Sensabaugh, our cameraman, back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin. The post-game show is brought to you by the Palace Lounge, located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu, on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. And we'll get into our game summary, which is brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. When you look back on this game, it was early on a 2-1 game, but Post 14 just kept adding on to their lead and eventually made it to the point where Post 60 really just ran out of pitching, and Hornets took advantage, and they end up getting the run rule. So, sets up for the championship round tomorrow and the elimination game here in a few minutes between Post 60 and Post 64. As we'll jump into some game stats here for you, and then we'll wrap it up for this first game before heading into the next game. But in total, it was 11 runs on 11 hits and 1 error for Post 14. For Post 60, it was 1 run on 3 hits for them. And to look at the hit totals, Sifford had 2, Buber had 2. They gave Blosser a hit there at the end. I would rule that probably an error. Oviedo got a hit, Lewis got 2 hits, and Jet Gross got a hit, and Jordan Canby had 2 hits. Buber goes 5 innings on the mound, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And then for Post 60, they had just 3 hits. Girardin, French, and Wolf. And then on the mound for them, Mason Carter only went that first inning of work, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Montgomery came in, settled things down for a little bit, but eventually Hornets kind of broke through against him. 4 hits, 5 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Vians goes 2 2/3 of an inning, 4 earned, 4 walks, and then Rankin there at the end, 2 hits allowed in 1/3 of an inning. Our game stats were brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. Finally, Dylan, our player of the game, brought to you by Rock's local markets of convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's fast, fresh, friendly.
This is Carson Buber.
For sure.
I mean, there's no other way around it. He's great on the mound, great at the plate. Couldn't have done much better other than the 1 run that he gave up. So could
have thrown a perfect game.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't. If it were me out there, that would have been my strategy, was to throw a perfect game. So, hey, he's got a little bit of room for improvement, but outside of that, he's still the best player on the field today. So,
for sure,
I think we got to give it to him, definitely.
2 triples.
But yeah, I think his next start, he should throw a perfect game. That's what I'd try to do. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 triples and the good pitching that he had. It's tough to argue with it. So, take a break. Have a little bit of alternative programming for the next few minutes. The game's supposed to start around 7:30. We'll see if they start maybe around 7:10, 7:20-ish, depending on.
Yeah, I imagine Potomac Valley Post 64 is already here, so.
And I guess Post 60 probably doesn't have much they have to really warm up because they just played a game. So it really just depends. They might want to take a little bit more time. They maybe get something to eat. I don't know exactly. So
keep it tuned. Don't want to miss the start of the
next
game.
Keep it tuned, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can just kind of follow along on our Facebook page, and whenever we do go live, Colin will make the post back there. But for Colin McLaughlin back in the studio, Aiden Sensabaugh, our cameraman, Dylan Bishop, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from Kaiser for now. Your final score, Post 14 advances to the championship of 11-1 win over Post 60, setting up an elimination game between Post 60 and Post 64 later on tonight. This is American Legion Baseball, the Area 4 tournament on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.